What's up YouTube? My name is Joystick. I have a brand new video for you today. I'm pretty excited about this one because it's kind of a more of a highly requested video, and I hope that I can answer some questions for you. Basically it's kind of like a general concepts video on how to improve in Overwatch. And I'm gonna give you my top 500 advice. Being a top 500 controller player on PC, I learned a lot of my game sense before mechanics as a player. So I'm just gonna start off by talking about my first concept, which is playing to stay alive. So what I mean by that is a lot of the time people go into a team fight, for example, and they really just run in a straight line, hold W, and don't really have an idea of what I should be doing right now. What do I even do to win this fight? And my best advice is learn how to play to stay alive. And what I mean by that is try to take a fight that you know you can either guarantee win, or even if you don't win, play at a safer distance so you don't die, right? So I think the best players in Overwatch usually never feed. They usually have really low deaths stat wise, because they position themselves to, even if they lose a fight, they can still get out alive. And that's important because if you die, you're giving up ultimate charge to the other team, right? So playing to stay alive is honestly more important than playing to get kills or get so many eliminations, because from my experience, when I adjusted my gameplay to staying alive, I found a lot more value within my hero picks. You think, oh, I just need to keep switching up my hero, my hero is not working. That's technically almost any hero in the game can work. You just have to position yourself correctly to get the value, right? So if you, for example, if you looked at Sinatraa in the Overwatch League, right, he was arguably one of the best Zaryas in GOATS meta, and for a really good reason. He never really died as Zarya. He always got out of the fight with his high energy. He had he had some maps where he never even died once. It's because you can position yourself in Overwatch by playing corners, by playing your shields, trusting your healers. Even if your healers aren't great, then play at a farther distance. If your team's not doing a lot of damage, maybe play frontline a little more. If your DPS are popping off, then you can play back and play with your team a little bit. There's always little adjustments you can make, and I think it's kind of an overlooked part of the game is how much value do you get from just staying alive alone? And I think you get a lot. You literally can enable your team alone, just being alive, just playing to stay alive, hiding behind cover. If you're playing shield and your shield breaks, literally sit behind, play corners, sit behind cover, use the map to your advantage. And I think that's really underrated. People just, as soon as their shield breaks, stand out in the middle of the open, they're dead. You know what I mean? Utilizing tech within the map and map environment is so strong within season 20 and any other season in Overwatch. Really just utilizing what you have, and you have more than you think. So my next concept I want to talk about is analyzing your own gameplay. A lot of people ask me oh, how do I get out of silver? How do I get out of gold? My best advice for you there is looking at what are you doing in yourself in game. So I recommend recording your own gameplay, watching it back a couple times, and go into every team fight asking yourself, what could I have done differently to win that team fight, or what ultimates could I have used to win that team fight, right? It's all about looking at a third person perspective of your own gameplay, because you can tunnel vision super hard on the things that you're focusing on, and that'll just mess you up even more. So what you want to do is either have a friend look at your gameplay, it's called VOD reviewing, or I can even look at your gameplay. I do coaching for $15 an hour. Fortunately, I can't do it free because time is precious right now as a full-time streamer. But if you would like to get coached from me personally, I do that. If you want to join my Discord, I'll have a Discord link down in the description. If you want to join my Discord, message me through my server, and we can get something set up. But basically what I'm saying is, always ask yourself, what could I have done differently to either stay alive, it brings me back to my first point, to stay alive in a team fight, or win the team fight out with like ults. Use your ultimates correctly. Could I have comboed? Like, say you're playing Orisa, could I have pulled the Blizzard to pull more of the enemies into it to win the fight, right? Or could I have as Widowmaker pop walls the fight before that and give my team, help my team know where the enemy team is? Like, it's all about like situations. How could I have replayed it back to, so next time I can do it better, right? My third concept is playing the meta. I know it sounds like silly. Yes, obviously everyone knows what the meta is, right? But like, people don't want to play those heroes, right? People just want to play what is either fun or what they're good at. But like, it's the meta for a reason, and if you want to win games, I highly recommend at least learning one or two of the heroes within like the main meta hero pool, and focus on like playing those heroes, because you will just find so much value within the meta alone. So obviously it's not the most fun, and it can get old. I 100% understand that, but just learning, like, try to learn like 1 to 2 heroes within it, and you will find good results. You'll probably win a lot more games, because trying to play off meta, you're gonna have a tough time eventually. Like, if you don't pop off with an off meta hero pick, then that's really just on you, right? You have to, if you're gonna play off meta heroes, you're gonna want to be consistently popping off, and consistently popping off in Overwatch is a tall task within ranked, right? So, and you want to like, I'll try to eliminate all the factors that like hold you back from climbing, right? And playing off meta is one of those things that can hold you back from climbing, because obviously it's not like the best pick you could have possibly made there. But don't get me wrong, different heroes are good on different maps, different situations, 100%. I don't disagree on that. And lastly I want to talk about is like mindset. Understand that like there's always potential to do something differently within your gameplay. A lot of people get fixed on like trying to play one style of like play, and I think that like you just have to go into every game knowing that it's always losable, but it's always potential to be winnable based on how you can perform. You can't control your teammates, you can't control what the enemy does, but you can control what you do. And honestly, in that situation, the best thing you can do is try to stay alive and focus on staying alive, no more than anything, right? Even if like sometimes you have to just back out of a fight because one of your teammates got picked off, back out of the fight, no reason to feed ult charge, go in the next team fight with all 6 of your teammates. You really just want to focus on individual gameplay that'll individual staying alive, which will enable your team. Like, I know it sounds a little like selfish to be focus on individuality, but the more you can enable your team, it's actually more of a team-based thing, right? The more you can stay alive, the more you can enable your team. And it's kind of like a concept I'm trying to preach a lot, especially the people that want to improve and people want to climb, because a lot of people just think going to ranked like, oh, we have to just eliminate the enemy team to win. That's not true 100% of the time. For example, say you're playing a 2CP map, and you're defending first point. One of your teammates gets picked off, so you're at a 5v6 situation. Sometimes the best thing you can do is tell your team to back off and give them 2 ticks of the objective and wait till your 6th person comes back to retake. I can't tell you how many times I've won fights that way, from literally just giving up the objective and then pressing forward. You sometimes have to sacrifice what the objective actually is to actually get the full value with your team. So literally little things like that will help. But again, I'm gonna say this for one more time: play to stay alive. It will enable your team so much if you're just existing alone. Like, you'll be surprised, like, after watching this video and trying out this, like, style of gameplay of playing to stay alive, play your life, tell me what results you get. I'm really interested to see how this affects anyone's gameplay. Personally, this is how I play ranked, and I've been top 500 every single season since season 6, from when I moved from Xbox to PC, and I use a controller on PC, so I have to rely on my game sense to win games, right? I have to rely on my game sense before my mechanics to win games, because there's people that are so good at aiming, there's contenders players that I play against, there's Overwatch League players that I play against, and if you can outsmart them, you can win against them, right? They're not perfect. Obviously they're in the Overwatch League for a reason, but, like, you know, games are always winnable, and you really just can't let your fears or your emotions decide how you play. So that's about it for this video. I just wanted to do kind of a quick overview on, like, a little bit of mindset and improvement through gameplay. I'll have more videos like these, hopefully less scuffed. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support on YouTube. And if you guys are interested in watching me live on Twitch, I stream on Monday through Fridays in the mornings and at nights. So I'll have my schedule in the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.